Today's video is a little something different. It's an amplifier review, which you've seen me do a few of those before, but it's not just a review, it's sort of a challenge. Got up on sonicelectronics.com and ordered this thing up. Came very, very fast. That's all I can ask, is that it shows up and then the box looks good. JBL 501EZ series amplifier. It's supposed to have automatic gain settings on it. Comes with a nice little CD. And just out of curiosity, I want to see how it stands up to the SMD DD-1. Alright, so here it is. 770 watts max power. I've already got it hooked up. Got a couple little end caps on it. The woofer is of course unhooked right now until we do these tests. So it's a good looking amp. Just so you know, this test isn't to make JBL look bad or anything like that. I just want to see if the technology is any good and how it stacks up to a DD-1. Our DD-1 of course measures 1% distortion. Reading through the manual, the first thing it tells you to do is to put it in H1 position, which is that right there. So it's in H1, and then it says turn the deck all the way up. Well, that's a problem because I know that this deck distorts at 33 out of 35. I've already tested it. So we're going to do this JBL's way, and we're going to turn the deck up all the way, even though I know this thing distorts at 33 out of 35. So as you can see, it's turned all the way up. Now it says to simply go over here and turn the gain up until, so turn the gain up, backing it down some. That's really sensitive. That's to be expected. Alright, so there we go. Supposedly it's set right. So I'll put a mark right here. Go ahead and turn this down. Eject the disc. Alright, so just to see how this sounds, we'll go ahead and take a quick little listen to it. So it's actually a pretty powerful amp, but turning this up to 35 is not a good idea because this deck does distort at 33. Watch as I show you. But I've got nothing bad to say about the amp. Let's just see how the DD-1 stacks up against the built-in technology. Okay, so I'm not sure whether or not this technology is any good or not. It probably is, but one thing they didn't address in the book is where the deck distorts, and that is like the most important thing. That's what the gain is all about to begin with. So, first thing we want to do with the DD-1, obviously, is we're going to find out where the deck distorts. Like I said, I've already tested it, and it should be 33 out of 35. Now remember, the book says turn it all the way up. I wouldn't do that. Okay, so here you go. Remember, the distortion detector detects 1% distortion. So I'm turning this up, and you can actually hear the distortion at 34. So 33 is our number. If we turn that all the way up to 35 and we set our gains with that, there's no way of telling if it's proper or not. So 33 is our number. Alright, so now that we know where the deck is distorting at, we can unplug that, turn it down, plug it back into the JBL, change this to track 5, which is minus 10 dB. The gain is still set exactly where they had it. And I'm going to turn this up. Got signal. I still haven't moved the gain from where they had it. Okay, so it looks like if I set the gain where they had it, I'd be at volume 30 instead of 33 where it belongs. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the gain down all the way. I'm going to turn the deck up to 33 where it belongs in the first place, because that's the maximum undistorted output of this deck. So now we know we've got signal and it's clean. Now I'm going to turn up the gain. And I'm turning the gain up. There you go. Just like that. And it's actually less than what they had. So you can see the new line is the DD-1. I actually had to back it off a little bit. But now, watch the DD-1 and watch the deck. We're at 33 right now. And as soon as I touch 34, we get distortion. Just like when the amp wasn't even hooked up. So I turn that to 33, we're good. 34, we're not. Just like when it wasn't hooked up. Alright, so the little line represents the way they had it. The longer line is the way it should be. And if you want to know why that is important, it's important because the deck and the amp should be reaching their maximum undistorted volume at the same time. And if this deck is at 30 out of 35, when we've already determined that it distorts at 33 out of 35, then as soon as you hit 30, the amp is starting to distort, as we found out. So with their settings at 30, the amp is distorting. So the setting is wrong. So the whole entire object of a DD-1 is to match a deck to the amp, and that's exactly what we just did.
All heavy, Mars ain't a chef. It's crazy how I'm hard, but I'm sharp like machetes. So hard, but it's steady. I drop them out, it's ready. I'm feeling like LeBron, falling on my gas. I'm on, I'm steady. Sauce no spaghetti. Yeah, you style red, but this lost like a Yeti. She see that light skin, she think I'm shallow. Let me see your heart, but in this dark, she let me. See I'm hot, so right there I got the upper hand. The thinking of a more sit on time like some supper plans.
Alright, so what's the verdict? Well, to me, the verdict is it's pretty close, and it seems like an alright technology. In my opinion, I think they need to address matching the deck inside of the manual, because all they talk about is turning the deck all the way up, and some decks distort a little, some don't distort at all, and that's really important when you're talking about gain matching. But overall, it was just a little bit different. They had us distorting at 30 out of 35 with their gain settings, and of course with the DD-1 you're matched exactly to where the deck distorts at 33. Another thing that wasn't really addressed is the different tones you need to properly do this, because if you just use one track you have no chance of setting your overlaps properly. So it's good technology. It's not bad if somebody doesn't have proper tools. At least it gets you to keep your gain and right around the proper spot where it needs to be. To be honest, the amp sounds pretty good bumping that little 10 down there. So overall, it's good technology, but I would use the DD-1. Alright, check it out. You guys know I love giving stuff away and making you happy. So the first person to run out to their car and make me a 30-second video in response to this video is going to get that amp. I'm going to go right back to sonicelectronics.com and I'm going to order it and have it shipped directly to your door. So let's see that video response, and thanks for watching my videos. She see the kids, so she quick to tell that sucker scream. I told her when pigs fly, she tried to chuck her hand. Text message, I want you like Uncle.